Welcome to Xtra presented by VDG Sports. I'm your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. Noobs, thank you for giving me an opportunity. Hello and goodbye. Regs, we back at it again. We do what we do. Abbreviated version, I should say. Can't even speak. Okay. Random acts of kindness. I'm going to say, for me personally, that always puts a smile on my face. Whether I am doing it or whether I am receiving. And if you just tune in on those words alone, don't worry. This is a family program. And if it were ever to come a time for me to step out and do something unmanlike, then I'd say it must. Then I'll say it must. I'm looking out for everyone involved. Me, you, everyone. And I definitely do the ear must if that's the case. Random acts of kindness definitely put a smile on my face, whether I'm giving the random act of kindness or whether I am receiving the random act of kindness. And I'd have to say the most recent one definitely made me chuckle. It definitely put a smile on my face. It definitely got me feeling some kind of way. It had me feeling some kind of way. I wasn't caught up in my emotions, though. I wasn't caught up in my emotions, and I definitely wasn't draking it. I wasn't caught up in my emotions, and I definitely was not draking it. But I definitely chuckled. I definitely smiled, and it was just an appreciation. It was just an appreciation. And it seems like these random acts of kindness comes when I'm least expecting it and basically not expecting it. And it's a welcome surprise, especially when so many, and yes, I'm about to use a straw man argument here. I'm about to just be extremely general here to protect the guilty in the game. And I don't need to say any names. You know who they are. They might be you, might be your friends, might be your associates. It might be the people amongst you. Or you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. Dividers. People who like to divide and basically highlight and point out the differences. It's okay at times when it's productive. It's okay when it's productive. But then there comes a point where, what are you really trying to say? What are you really trying to do? Why are you really putting a lot of people in these boxes? And I'm reading your mind. Isn't that what you're doing right now? No, it ain't. I'm pointing out what you do. I'm pointing out what you do. These acts of kindness happens and it comes when I'm least expecting it. And it definitely always, or more often than not, or for the science people, the sciencey people out there, we'll go with more likely than not, or 99.9% of the time, or somewhere along the mean. It usually put a smile on my face. It definitely put a smile on my face, and it definitely have me feeling some kind of way, and it definitely have me feeling a little bit good inside. Even if I'm already feeling good, it just gets me to thinking and wondering about other things, and I'm just going in a positive direction with it. And especially the last few times where this has happened, the last few times where this had happened, I just looked at it and I was like, I can't say anything. I can't say anything. And no. Don't get it twisted. Shout out Tupac. Shout out Thug Life. If you know, you know. I'm not going to put in holding a door open or opening a door, because that is not a random act of kindness. That is a show of power. That is a show who is the boss. That is flexing. That's definitely flexing. You open the door, you flexing. You holding the door, you flexing. That's why some men don't like or don't allow another man to hold the door open for them, because they feeling some kind of way. They caught up in their feelings. And then next thing you know, both peeps are standing there and they both just holding the door and saying, no, you go, no, you go, no, you go, no, you go. They gotta flex. And if one go and the other one's being seen with the door held open, he feels some kind of way. I know. I'm telling the secrets. I'm telling. I'm singing like a bird because it annoys me. I'm singing like a bird because that annoys me. And that's definitely on some primal level. That is definitely on some level where you're just the guts and not the gut instinct and not that intuition, the things that I run off of. It's something else. There's something else at play here. And I find it annoying. And I've definitely had this observation long enough to peep it. And it just depends on whether I want to call out the faux or fake random act of kindness to play a game within a game to let you know I know what you're doing. I'm not going to play, but I'll play this other game and we can be here forever if we have to. But I know. No, I know. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I do that just to have something different, just to see what's really, really going on, or just to laugh at the situation, because it ain't have to be that way. It don't have to be that way. It don't have to be that way, but sometimes it is. And it's not like the two-step game. The two-step game is just a mistake. The two-step game is just not knowing and overcorrecting a mistake. And then the overcorrection become an overcorrection. And then all those negatives and positives add up. And then you back to where you started again. And if they doing the same thing, you're back to where you started again. And the two-step is when one person trying to go one way and the other person trying to go the same way, and you do that, and then you do the other, and then you do like, no, you go, no, you go, no, you go. And then you're saying, no, you go, but you going because you listen to them. And then that's just a mistake. That is a valid mistake. That is okay. That is trying to correct mistakes in both of you, if you want to be, if you want to be that guy or that girl or them. Both of yous are trying to read each other's mind, and you're just not on the same wavelength. You're just not on the same connection. You're just like, you go, no, you go. And then I step left, you step right. I step right, you step left, and we just doing the two-step. We're not in sync. We're just going back, forth with it. That's okay. That's a genuine mistake. I can easily charge that one to the game and be like, all right, if you want me to go, I'll go. Tell me when to go. Shout out E4O. But if I go, I'll go. That really doesn't fall into any kind of power play. That doesn't fall into a flexing. That doesn't fall into the other things that I previously mentioned when it comes to holding the door open. The two-step or trying to go one way and the other person going that same direction, that's fine. It's okay to have them tell you to go and follow in their direction. It's not going to make you less of a person. It's not pulling your card. It's not doing any of them other things where you think is happening when someone is holding the door open for you. I had somebody straight up tell me I don't let other people hold the door open for me. And as I say, sometimes I just have to play the game. I have to play the game within the game because I respect that. I understand that. But I'm not going to play. How about this? You just go ahead and go in and I'll stand out here and wait until you inside. And then I will go inside. How about that? How about nobody holds the door? How about that? How about we come up with some other solution? Or how about we just both stand here and block this doorway until one of us decides that it ain't worth it. But according to you, you're going to win that. So I'm just going to go back the other way, the other direction and be done with it. I've seen this so many times. I've had multiple and many discussions on it. And it's definitely not a random act of kindness. It is a flex. It is yeah, I'm that dude. I am that MF. Or mofo. Oh, mofo. You pick, you choose. I'm just the narrator. I'm just the narrator. And that's why that game, I don't play. And it's definitely not being nice. And it's definitely not making sure everybody is getting in a space where it definitely needs for someone to hold the door. Now, don't get this twisted. There are exceptions to make up make-believe stuff. There are exceptions. Like there's a large group of people and one person decides to hold the door open for everyone. Yeah, it seems like a power play, right? Yeah, it does. But really, you just held the door open for everyone. I don't see anything. I don't see anything with that. But I actually had somebody refuse to go through the door with someone holding it open for everyone because at primal instinct, I can't let this happen. I can't do this. Now, that was me holding the door and somebody refused. I would have to play the game within the game. I'd have to play the game within the game. And it would have been fun. It would have been fun. But it's definitely not a random act of kindness. My random act of kindness is more subtle. It's more genuine. It's more, there is nothing for that person to gain. There's no flex. There's no alternative motive or alternative motive. It's none of that. It's genuine. It's true at its face. Even thinking about it, even doing a deep dive within it, There's nothing that you can pull apart and say that this was done for a reason, even if there is a reason. Even if there is a reason. And a genuine random act of kindness that I usually have. I can go back and talk about the last 3, the last 4. One of them was definitely when I was at the supermarket, grocery store, a place where you buy food. You pick, you choose. And I had about 2 items, and the person in front of me had a whole cart full of items. And I know what you're thinking. I know what you're saying. You better wait. You better wait. Or if you're the other person, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're saying. You only had 1 or 2 items. It's obvious. It's obvious that they were going to let you go. And I'm going to tell you, no. You know how many times I've been behind someone with 1 or 2 items and they had a whole boatload of items. In fact, you should go back and review the historical documents about 15 items or less. 15 items or less. And I'll give you a little snippet for the noobs if you're still here and still listen. Regs, you already know the story. You already know. I had a few items and a person in front of me had over the 15 items. In fact, I counted, but I don't remember. I don't recall how many now because it's been so long ago. But they had way more than the 15 items. They had way more than the 15 items. And every time they turned around and looked around, they had the look on their face that I wish a mofo would. I wish a mofo would. And noobs, if you're still here, once again, I wish a mofo would. I wish somebody would say something to me. Because if someone says something to me, it's going down. I am ready to snap. I am ready to go the F off. I'm just waiting for somebody to tell me I got too many items because I'm having a bad day and I need to take it out on somebody. I'm having a horrible day and I need to practice. I need to release something. I need to let it go. Let it go. Let it breathe. I need to flame throw on somebody. And that was the 15 items or less line. So don't tell me that it was the thing to do. And this was a regular line. This wasn't a 15 item or less line. And I had somebody just tell me I can just go ahead and go with my 2 items. And of course I thanked them and was like, no, it's okay. Cause I was just going to pull my phone out and not play a game, but read some information because I like to read. I like to read, articles. I like to read news. I like to listen to music. I like to do a lot of things. Especially when I'm in a line that's going to be long, I can basically catch up on some things that I am a little bit behind on or some information that I want to intake. So it wasn't a big deal for me one way or the other. But now in the 15 items or less line, obviously it's 15 items or less. So I'm in a rush and I want to be in, be out, stick and move. But I wasn't about to say anything. And it wasn't that I was scared. I wasn't going to give that person what they want, the experience or the opportunity to practice or to release whatever they wanted to release. I wasn't going to be the one. Not I. But this time, in the regular line, yeah, the lady told me I just go ahead and go in front of her. I thought it was okay. And she's like, nah, you can go. I definitely put a smile on my face. It made me feel some kind of way. It was like, yeah, that's really nice. Wow. I really appreciate that. That's cool. In return, and I've always been this way. If I have a large number of items, so I have a lot of items and someone's in front of me or someone's behind me and they have a couple, I do the same thing, but I usually do that anyway. And to have somebody do that as well, it's like coming full circle. So it definitely put a smile on my face and it definitely makes me chuckle. And then there's another time you can go and check the historical documents on this one too, peeps. Regs, you already know though. You already know the one time that I was wanting to turn left, but I couldn't turn left, or I wouldn't have been able to turn left because a person was about to walk across the street in the crosswalks. But there was another vehicle coming. Instead of walking across the street, which pedestrians have the right of way. Pedestrians have the right of way. Instead of walking across the street, we made eye contact. We were on the same wavelength. And the person just waved and was like, come on. You can come on. You can come on. That made me smile from ear to ear. I stuck my hand out the window. I waved. I nodded my head. I basically did every and anything to show my appreciation. And they didn't have to do that. I didn't ask for that. They're pedestrian. They had the right of way. They could have just went through the crosswalk and did what they had to do, but they didn't. He thought of me for whatever reason. And that definitely put a smile on my face, and that definitely boosts my mood, and that definitely made me feel amazing. And amazing is my favorite word. And then the other time, I wanted to turn left. No, there wasn't a person in the crosswalk or anything like that. I wanted to turn left, and there was definitely traffic, and I didn't have the arrow to turn left. So I was just there waiting. The other car across from me in the other lane, they sat there and waited, and then eventually waved me to go ahead and make the turn. Of course, I held off a bit because some bikers came, some bicycle riders. Some bicycle riders came and they rode, and I wasn't going to hit them. And they rode by. And then after they rode by, I understood what the other driver wanted me to do. And I went ahead and made the left. And as soon as I made the left, they went. And that definitely put me on my feelings. I choked up on that one. I was like, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. Wow. It definitely made me feel some kind of way. The good way. It's like, wow. Driving too. I don't think I would have done that one. I'm going to be straight up honest with you. I don't think I would have done that one. And that's definitely going to make me reevaluate some things when it's time for me to go Betty bye-bye to sleep at nights. This is definitely something that's going to come up, and I'm going to reevaluate. And it's like, should I do this or should I do this? Should I do this or shouldn't I do this? And then maybe I'll get to that place. But right now, I ain't there. Thank you for listening. Check out the website at extra.vdgsports.com. There's a YouTube, VDG Sports. Like, subscribe, share. And this episode is not being sponsored by VinceDouglasGregory.com. VinceDouglasGregory.com is where you can keep up with me, my whereabouts, my well-being, and everything in between. Basically, all things Vince. It's that time. You know what to do. Peace. Ow! Nah, I ain't doing it that long anymore. Them days over.